Northeast Ohio's #1 choice for news. Cleveland's own Fox 8 News starts now.
Federal agents investigating a prominent real estate developer in Cleveland after they executed a search warrant at his home. Good afternoon. Welcome here to Fox 8 News at 4. I'm Natalie Herbeck.
And I'm Gabe Spiegel. The Department of Housing and Urban Development accuses Frank Sanito, CEO of Millennia Companies, of mishandling millions in funds tied to his properties. Fox 8's Brad Hamilton joins us now live with much more on these stunning allegations. Brad?
Truly is stunning. Frank Sanito's company owns low-income housing across the nation, but they also own the Key Tower here and plenty of high-end restaurants in town. And really, today, this is something that has been breaking, and we're following. Right now, we have very little as far as the raid itself is concerned, but it's something that we're learning more on the hour. Frank Sanito, the head of Millennia Companies, has long been a key player in Cleveland's real estate scene. His company owns thousands of low-income housing units across the country, along with the Key Tower, Ohio's tallest building, and several upscale restaurants, including Marble Room. However, this week, Sanito's home became the center of a federal investigation. On Wednesday, agents from HUD and the U.S. Department of Agriculture searched Sanito's property. This comes after the Department of Housing and Urban Development recently barred Sanito and Millennia from entering new contracts until 2028. HUD says unauthorized transfers and underfunded accounts are at the center of this probe, with $4.9 million either missing or misused from different HUD-insured properties. Sanito's attorney, Marissa Darden, emphasized in a statement that no charges have been filed and they are fully cooperating with the investigation. With a portfolio of over 31,000 units across 26 states, Millennia remains one of the largest multifamily apartment owners in the country. We do know there is one ongoing lawsuit against Sanito's company. In Arkansas, an apartment explosion and fire in 2022 at one of his buildings killed 3 people. Tenants sued, claiming Millennia Companies failed to maintain their properties and provide safe living conditions. Fox 8 has reached out to authorities for more details on the raid, but has not yet received further information. Now, it might be a while before we hear any more information. As you heard from the attorney, this has also not been a formally charged thing yet, just the raid that happened. So, again, we'll be keeping a close eye on this as it develops.
A lot more to learn about, the allegations here, and when we learn more about the investigation, we'll bring it to you first. Brad, thanks.
Well, in other news here, our Fox 8 team has uncovered some new fallout from a night of wild, even violent street takeovers. IT reporter Ed Gallick is live in our newsroom to show us. Ed?
First indictment filed, nearly 24 charges against one suspect, and also now another arrest. New justice for what we saw last month in Cleveland for hours.
Move! Hey, I've got people jumping on my car. Get me cars up here now! They're about to knock people over that are standing in the middle of the street.
Last month, cars blocked intersections doing stunts, even around police cars, and crowds blocked the streets watching and recording video. Police did not arrest anyone for this that night, but now Cuyahoga County prosecutors have indicted Jordan McDonald on 23 charges, and now another suspect arrested on warrants for 6 charges. Now, some of those charges felonies for rioting and not following orders of police. Coming up on Fox 8 News at 5, what about bringing more people to justice for those takeovers? Then, all new at 6, see what we found happening with plans around a new dome for the Browns, even in the midst of a move to block that. That at 6.
All right, we'll look for more of those. It's so hard to watch that video every single time we play that. I mean, it's just very disturbing.
And right now, just a massive amount of detective work to follow up on that and try to bring people to justice.
All right, Ed, thank you. We'll look for those reports at 5 and 6.
2 men arrested following a confrontation outside of a church preschool during which shots were fired. Dash camera video captured the incident as it unfolded. Fox 8's Dave Nethers joins us now live from Chester Township with more. Dave?
Right, so this happened here in Chester Township on Tuesday morning after a tow truck driver repossessed a vehicle from a home that's near that church preschool. Here, take a look. The tow truck driver stopped in a church parking lot to better secure the vehicle he was repossessing when his dash camera video shows 2 men blocking him in with another vehicle, one of them leaping out and threatening him with a drawn handgun. The incident outside of the Mayfield Church, where police say there's a preschool in the building. At least 1 shot was fired. Ronald DeLisio, believed to have fired the shot, and Kevin DeLisio, both of whom from court records live at the address from where the car was repossessed, accused of also assaulting the tow truck driver to force him to give them back the repossessed vehicle.
We are going to have additional charges that these individuals are going to face because they made a poor decision, not only when it concerned the repossession of the vehicle, but they made a poor decision by doing such a thing that they did on school property.
Well, police say they don't believe that the shot that was fired hit that building. They don't know where the projectile went, but they don't believe it struck the church where that preschool is. The two suspects now facing charges, including a felony charge of aggravated robbery and also a kidnapping.
Pretty wild video there, Dave. I think when it comes to dangerous jobs, I think tree trimmer is around 1. Repo man's got to be up there, maybe 2 or 3.
Yeah, we understand that there are never happy confrontations when people go to repossess a vehicle.
Quite a situation there in Chester Township. Thanks, Dave.
All right, moving now to an update of a story we brought to you earlier this week. Orange Village police need your help still, helping to identify those responsible for vandalizing 2 homes on Orangewood Drive. Investigators say one home was painted with graffiti, the other a symbol of hate. City officials say that they're doing what they can to protect the area. If you know who those suspects are, you're asked to give Orange Police a call at the number that you see on your screen right there.
Cuyahoga County man has been indicted with illegally voting in the state of Ohio, and that indictment has angered County Prosecutor Michael O'Malley, who is calling it a waste of resources. That's because the man died in 2022. Fox 8's Roosevelt Leftwich explains.
The announcement that charges have been filed against 6 people accused of voter fraud was made earlier this week by Ohio Attorney General David Yost. Yost says that prosecutors went through hundreds of cases referred to them by the Ohio Secretary of State's office. 6 of those cases were sent to a grand jury, including 3 cases in Northeast Ohio, including 1 in Cuyahoga County.
All of these cases had been previously declined for prosecution. In your area, we had a man in North Royalton named Patel.
The indictment was for Ramesh Shekharlal Patel, 68 years old, who's accused of voting in 2014, 2016, and 2018 while a legal resident but not a U.S. citizen. The only problem? The AG's office indicted a man who died 2 years ago. These cases would be prosecuted in their local jurisdictions, and this indictment of Patel prompted this response from Cuyahoga County Prosecutor Michael O'Malley, who says, in part, "This is one of the greatest examples of prosecutorial overreach I have ever witnessed. The practice of indicting the deceased is draconian. This is not how we would have handled this case in my office." O'Malley says they have prosecuted other voter cases referred to their office, but this one they feel should not have even been referred for prosecution. O'Malley also went on to ask Yost's office to dismiss the indictment. Late on Thursday, a spokeswoman with the AG's office sent a one-line statement saying, quote, "Of course the case will be dismissed." No word yet if the paperwork has been forwarded to the Cuyahoga County Prosecutor's Office. In Cleveland, Roosevelt Leftwich, Fox 8 News.
Rosie, thanks. 2 other people in Northeast Ohio, one in Hudson and the other in Kent, were also indicted. Now, out of the millions of votes cast in Ohio elections between 2014 and 2020, the state has only indicted 6 people.
Well, a judgment has been reached in a controversial case involving the abuse of a kitten at a Cleveland apartment complex back in 2021. Now, the Ohio Supreme Court unanimously ruled Wednesday that Ohio's felony companion animal cruelty law, Goddard's Law, applies to all dogs and cats. Fox 8's Tino Bavenzi joining us now to explain the case in question, the ruling, and its significance. Tino?
Natalie, Goddard's Law was being challenged by a man who was sentenced to 9 months in jail for harming a cat 3 years ago, causing chemical burns on its paws after pouring bleach on the ground. His defense was the cat was unkept. The Ohio Supreme Court ruling states that Alonzo Kiles poured bleach on the floor of his apartment's basement stairwell, to make a stray cat leave. Hairball on my end. He was afraid of cats. Police found that the cat was covered in bleach. A vet found ulcerations on its paws from bleach exposure. The 8th District Court of Appeals reversed the conviction because the state could not prove that the cat was kept. challenging its classification as a companion animal. But on Wednesday, the Ohio Supreme Court reversed the judgment, protecting all cats and dogs under Goddard's law. The Cleveland APL views this as a major victory.
These stray dogs, stray cats, they are somebody's lost pet in many cases. And sometimes they are animals that have been dogs or cats that have been let loose and have been free roaming on the streets for quite a time now, but they are still domestic companion animals that deserve that enhanced protection under the law.
Cuyahoga County Prosecutor Michael O'Malley issued a statement reading, quote, "Thankfully, the Ohio Supreme Court used basic common sense when reaching this decision. The 7-0 decision speaks volumes about the lower court's decision," end quote. The Cleveland APL says holding animal abuse offenders accountable is so important to prevent these acts from happening in the future. More good news, guys, is that the cat that was harmed in this story was adopted.
Oh, that is absolutely wonderful news. He's gone through so much. And again, it is common sense, but very happy that the Ohio Supreme Court saw the need for this because, again, you have to be able to prevent people doing it, and that's one way to prevent people from doing it in the future.
That's right. And the man behind this law, I didn't get to meet him, Dick Goddard, would be smiling, very happy about this ruling.
He would. Little dogs and cats are God's little angels, and people who hurt them just don't have hearts. Thank you, Tino. An outlet mall in Northeast Ohio about to get a major facelift. Still ahead, the impact it could have on the area along I-71.
Plus, a mom's skepticism about her own body ended up saving her life. Her message to other moms who might be questioning what they're going through just ahead. Dante, hello.
Hey there, Natalie. Good to have you back. Hey, we've got some sunshine today. Temperature's a little cooler, so if you love the cool fall stuff, we do got some cooler weather on the way. We also got some warmer weather on the way, too. We got it all in the 8-day forecast. I've got it for you coming back.
A lot of the folks out there who take care of their own lawns are thinking, one more mow, maybe 2 more mows. It can't be 3, right?
Yeah,
can't be 3.
Or could it?
Maybe mulch up those leaves and 1 or 2 mows. Maybe 3 left. I don't know.
Listen, I got something in the 8-day cooking up, so there could be 3s. I don't know.
Listen, this has been a nice fall.
It has been.
It really,
has been.
it wasn't cut short
Right.
like it always is.
Right.
You know, we've had some great weather.
There is sometimes, so you think of bodies of water. Sometimes there's a slope into the deep, and then sometimes there's a deep drop off. Sometimes we get those big drop-offs in the weather, you know, but we've been sloping pretty nicely here so far. Shh, nobody tell Mother Nature, right? Let's get out to the big board. Now talk about that slope in that 3-4 mows maybe that you could have to go. Friday, we're looking at a cool, showery day. Temperatures in the lower 60s, some showers middle part of the day. If you got plans for the evening time tomorrow, you're fine. It's just going to be cloudy and dry and a little cooler. Over the weekend, we got plenty of sunshine, but it is going to be cool and crisp. We're talking about cool daytime highs and then chilly overnight lows. And then next week, we got some sunshine and warmer temperatures on the way. Look at that. It's a beautiful shot there. Just nice blue sky, the colors of the leaves on the trees, the beautiful Cleveland skyline. This is just really picturesque right here. I almost wish this could be a good HD picture, post it on social media, send it to everybody you know that lives out of town and say, look how beautiful Northeast Ohio is, how beautiful Cleveland in particular is. You could do that with your own city skyline, whether you're in Akron or Mansfield or Worcester, Lorain or Ashtabula or what have you. So we've got temperatures in the mid to upper 50s to lower 60s right about now for the afternoon. 60 in New Philly, Worcester at 61, Akron a little cooler at 59, Mansfield at 59, 57, and Lorain, Ashtabula coming in at 56 right about now. So you want the jacket this afternoon and even into the evening. Once we lose the sunshine, we'll dip off into the 40s, but keep the skies clear and the winds light. So there's not a whole lot of a wind chill that we got to talk about. We got some showers coming in midday tomorrow. We'll time those out. And then Saturday and Sunday and Monday and Tuesday, we're looking at dry conditions. Again, a cool weekend, and we warm up as we head into next week. All right, newest drought monitor is out. This was last week. Notice that because of those showers coming in off the lake, we were stripped out of any abnormal dryness. And same thing this week as well. No huge improvements, in all honesty, no real big changes, but still looking at southeastern part of the state where they could really use a good drink of water. Still looking at the month, and we're still running warmer than average. By the time we get towards the rest of the week and into the weekend, we'll start to have more of those blues and trend a little cooler, and we're still bone dry too. We could use a little bit of rain shower. We're going to get some tomorrow, but it's not overly impressive. 7 days until Halloween, and then 10 days until we fall back and things start to get darker a little bit earlier. All right, so we got some sunshine early tomorrow morning, and then the clouds and showers come in the middle part of the day by noontime. Notice how not overly impressive that is. And then by 4 o'clock, we're dry by this time tomorrow, and some sunshine coming in over the weekend. Weekend football. Nebraska and Ohio State playing down in Sebus. If you headed there, 56, sunny and cool. And then the Ravens and the Browns on Sunday, 56 and sunshine for there. So clear skies tonight, temperatures in the upper 30s, brr. And then tomorrow, we got some scattered showers and clouds, temperatures in the lower 60s. And then that 8-day forecast, look at next week, 60s and 70s with some sunshine, even trick-or-treating on Thursday. Halloween, we got 72 with some clouds around, and then 63 by November 1st, partly cloudy. Woo-wee! Told you I had something cooking up
really
there for you
do.
next week.
Next Wednesday, especially 76 and sunny, and
Yeah.
if you have a trick-or-treat the night before, hey,
Yep.
sounds like you can wear like a bathing suit. So it's nice and
I mean,
toasty.
that might be a treat or a trick for some right there.
Great point.
Right.
All right, we'll leave it there. I'm not going to even go. Okay. Thank you, Dante.
All right.
He's an offensive coordinator who didn't call plays, but that's not the case anymore. Up next, what Ken Dorsey has to say about his expanded role.
I like the history. I like the old trophies. You know, give me an 1883 trophy from a Boston Cat Show and I'm in heaven.
With an endorsement like that, how could you refuse? It's a one-tank trip that will have you feeling fine.
Like it. All right, it is our regular season finale of Friday Morning Marchers. Kenny Crumpton will be live tomorrow as the Normandy High School Marching Band invades over the Rock Hall Plaza. Kicking with Kenny tomorrow, only on Fox 8 News in the morning. Just a couple more days left to see a beautiful noise there. The Neil Diamond Show here through Sunday. I've heard wonderful things.
Yeah, one of my besties, she gets tickets down there from time to time. I've been begging her to get me some tickets to go see that show. She hasn't come through, and I don't think it's going to happen this year either.
Well,
no matter how much I beg, but I'm going to keep begging because I really want to see that show. But not yet.
All right. I'll work on it. I'll work on it. It's okay. Well, it has been a week of change in Berea for the Browns. They have a new starting quarterback and a new play caller ahead of the game with the Baltimore Ravens.
Fox 8 Sports anchor PJ Ziegler joins us now live with much more on the play calling aspect Sunday and what we can expect from Mr. Ken Dorsey.
Yeah, this kind of takes away all the distractions from the team, if you will. You know, put a different guy over there and, you know, maybe, you know, rub some dirt on it and it'll fix the issue. I don't know if it will or not.
Browns fans see through all that.
You're right. I don't know why other people don't, but it is what it is, I guess, right? Well, the only thing that changed this week for Ken Dorsey is that he will now call plays on Sunday instead of assisting with the play calling duties. It won't be his first time doing that either. Dorsey called the plays in Buffalo as the offensive coordinator for the Bills. Now he'll do it for the Browns. Cleveland's offense has been stuck in a rut. They are last in total yards and third down conversions. Their passing game is at the bottom of the league, as is the rushing offense. Kevin Stefanski has mentioned the offensive play calls, that they're a collaborative effort. So Ken Dorsey doesn't think a change of play callers will change their approach to how this offense runs.
There's not a magic, a magic coach or a magic pill, to play better on offense. It's going to be work, it's going to be attention to detail. It's going to be us at the end of the day locking in and fighting.
Well, the Browns have not worked out details on if Dorsey will call plays from the field or the coach's box. Dorsey said if he was leaning in one direction, it would be towards being up in the box to call the plays as opposed to being on the field. That's what he did when he was with the Buffalo Bills. We'll have to wait and see what they end up deciding on that front. It'll be interesting also to note, Kevin Stefanski was very aggressive when it came to fourth down plays. He wanted to go for it. We'll see if that's the same kind of situation that Ken Dorsey will get, if Kevin Stefanski will say, yes, let's go for it, you call the play, or if he'll say, no, let's punt. That'll be something we'll have to watch and see how that plays out on Sunday.
Every Monday after we lose, I say, that's it. I've had it as a Browns fan. I'm not going to watch. Now it's Thursday, and I'm like, maybe I'll watch on Sunday. Maybe I'll watch. Maybe we'll see what this Ken Dorsey guy's got.
I'll tell you what, if the weather keeps staying the way that it is, I think a lot more people are going to start spending it outside than in front of the television to watch the Browns if things keep going the way they're going.
Good point.
All right, we'll see. Good luck to them, that's for sure. All right, thank you, Peach.
Okay.
Well, she was told by doctors that everything was okay, but one mom knew that wasn't the case. Coming up, the second guessing that saved her life.
What's old will be new again. New life is coming to a Northeast Ohio outlet mall. A preview of what could go in that space.
Our fall feel has returned. Still beautiful day. Some wet weather, though, knocking on our doorstep. Dante will have another look at the forecast after the break.
Fox 8 News is brought to you by Tri-C's Hospitality Management Programs. Options include culinary arts and restaurant, hotel, destination, and event management. Visit tri-c.edu/hospitality.
Northeast Ohio's #1 choice for news. Cleveland's own Fox 8 News starts now.
Welcome back. In national news right now, the Menendez brothers could be looking at a sliver of freedom.
Prosecutors are slated to reveal if they'll recommend resentencing the two men. Lyle and Eric Menendez were sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole back in 1996 for the killing of their own parents. Both men confessed to the crime but said they thought their parents would kill them to cover up the father's sexual abuse. The brothers' extended family has pleaded for their release, saying they would not be convicted in today's world. With that argument, again, the decision on that resentencing is expected to come down any moment, and when it does, we'll bring it to you here first. Back here locally, the former Lodi Outlet Mall is undergoing major renovations and will soon be turned into a business park.
Fox 8's Rex Smith spoke with one of the owners of the company that purchased the property and shares what will fill that space.
Construction already underway, stripping down the retail accents at Ohio Station Outlets, formerly known as the Lodi Outlet Mall.
Our primary business is to take something that isn't working today and give it a new life, and we've had great success doing that. Over 200 projects in 7 states, over 60 million square feet redeveloped.
Chris Samarjan is the owner of Northeast Ohio-based Industrial Commercial Properties. They closed on the purchase of the old mall 3 weeks ago, now dubbing it the Interstate Business Park. You can find this brochure with property information, including renderings on the ICP website, detailing the plans for the 50 acres located just off I-71 at State Route 83. The plan is to turn these buildings into a contemporary commercial development and fill them with 20 to 25 businesses, offering them thousands of square footage to work with.
What kind of offerings will you have for businesses, and what type of businesses are you trying to attract?
It works for all kinds of businesses, and you got to come out and see it. You'll be surprised how well these retail establishments or former retail establishments work for conversion for light industrial and businesses.
Samarjan says this is what they've done for years in Northeast Ohio and across the country. He believes in what they've done for businesses and their surrounding areas.
Do you believe a change like this could be a big boost to the economy there?
Oh, absolutely. All our projects create great permanent jobs. We've done this now, I think, on at least 7 mall and former retail projects, and they're working out extremely well.
Reporting in Cleveland, Rex Smith, Fox 8 News.
Samarjan says that they're working to beat the weather and get all of the exterior renovations done so that they can work inside during the wintertime and be ready to go next year.
Gonna miss the old outlet mall. They had a nice little train there for the kids during the holidays, during all season long, but good place to get some good deals. But now it's changed. Now let's talk about that forecast. Maybe some rain tomorrow night for Friday night football.
No, that's actually going to be dry, so that's the good thing.
Wonderful.
For Friday, yeah, that we get the rain in the middle part of the day and then get it over with by the time we reach this time tomorrow afternoon. But the weather has just been so phenomenal. Been warm, been sunny. Matter of fact, the midges are back out here covering the front yard. A couple of them tried to get in my mouth during the break there, but you know, it's par for the course here this time of year when the weather's been so nice. It is going to be a little colder tonight. We are dipping back into the 40s for the evening time once we lose the sun, and then in the 30s overnight tonight. So first thing tomorrow morning, it'll be sunny, but it is going to be cold. You're going to want the heavier jacket, if not the coat, first thing in the morning. Luckily, the winds are going to be light, so the wind chill not much of a huge factor. So clouds tomorrow, temperatures back into the lower 60s, and then a few light showers. Really nothing heavy. It's probably best between about noon and 4 that the showers come in, and then we're dry for the evening for your evening plans. Weekend is looking fantastically fallish. Mid-50s, sunshine, but then we got some sunshine and warmer temperatures and a chance for rain too as we head into next week. I'll give you that forecast, including the trick-or-treating forecast, coming up in a few minutes, guys. We'll send it back to you.
All right, Dante, thank you.
Some alarming news in a new American Cancer Society report.
It found a sharp increase in breast cancer cases among women under the age of 50. Fox 8's Stacey Fry introduces us to a woman who found a lump in her 30s and nearly ignored it, but took action to save her life.
Megan Shellhorn is a wife, a mother of 3, and a high school teacher in her hometown. Her breast cancer journey began at the age of 38, long before most women have mammograms, when doctors told her they were confident the lump that she found in her breast was nothing.
My daughter laid her head on me when I was putting her to bed, and I just put my hand there and I felt something, and immediately I knew that I needed to take action.
The next day, she went for a mammogram and an ultrasound. Everything looked fine, she was told. Come back in a year. Relieved and grateful, she went about her life. But 6 months later, the lump was bigger and she had a gut feeling.
And now what do you do? What do you do when you've been told you're okay, but your body is still showing you that it's not?
She thought, was she overreacting? But a biopsy done to reassure her found what the other tests had not.
I was completely blindsided that a result popped up in my chart, and it was invasive ductal carcinoma.
At 39 years old, Megan had breast cancer, and it had spread to her lymph nodes. The diagnosis, late stage 2. She went through a year of treatment, chemotherapy, surgery, radiation, and immunotherapy.
I'm like, are my kids going to have a mom? Is my 3-year-old going to grow up with me here? And that's so scary to think about.
Brinley, Samantha, and Riley were only 3, 7, and 11 at the time. It was terrifying for Megan and her husband, but thankfully not something her children could fully comprehend.
When she had to shave her head, I was worried I was going to love her less because she wasn't going to have any hair.
I remember she thought it would grow back pink.
Yeah.
The vast majority of breast cancers occur in older women. However, a new study by the American Cancer Society found a troubling rise in cases among American women younger than 50.
We're not really sure why women are being diagnosed younger.
Dr. Ashley Simpson is a breast cancer surgeon at University Hospital St. John Medical Center. She says doctors often see benign lumps in women under 40 without a family history. In light of the new study, Dr. Simpson's advice is to be more vigilant.
I tell my patients, you're with your breasts every day. I'm only with them once a year. So if anyone's going to notice a difference, it would probably be you before me.
A lump, an inverted nipple, or change in the skin on your breast. Dr. Simpson says take action like Megan did.
A further delay in diagnosis could have potentially turned her from a patient who could be cured to a patient living with chronic metastatic disease.
By being her own best advocate, this young mom likely saved her own life.
No one knows your body the way you do, and you have to keep pushing for answers. I really feel deep down that if I didn't push, even if I had waited the year that they told me to wait, that I probably wouldn't be sitting here.
In Warren, Stacey Fry, Fox 8 News.
I'm so glad she just shared that story, Stacey. Thank you for that. It just shows you that unfortunately, you can't just rely on the experts. You have to rely on yourself in all of these situations. And Megan is cancer-free. She has found the beauty in the ashes, as she likes to put it, and she founded a nonprofit along with another breast cancer survivor who was only 34 when she was diagnosed.
Pink lights the way as a community of breast cancer survivors who mentor and support women in treatment. We have a link with more information on our website, fox8.com. And I think the little girls were right. Maybe one day the hair might grow back pink.
It could, and you know what? Wouldn't
those girls
that be?
were the most adorable
They were,
little
and
things.
what a real response. You'd be afraid to see your mom without hair. That was a very real response, and very proud of them for sharing their story as well.
Beautiful family.
It was amazing.
Our cats are always there and we need them, which means it's important to love them as much as we can. A look inside a place that's all about the kitties coming up.
Here's today's Fox8Jobs.com career of the day. The Toro Company is looking for an assembly supervisor in Orville. If you'd like information on this or perhaps jobs that might be in your neighborhood, all you have to do is check out Fox8Jobs.com. All right, Gabe, let's put you to the test like you always get it right. Which one's back there?
That's going to be
From our Rhino cam here.
Dahlia, the baby.
That's the baby?
The
Okay.
baby girl. She's almost as big as Big Mama now. But, she's trying to hide from us, but we see you. Beautiful day to be out at the zoo, taking in all those fall colors and a
light little jacket on, you'd be good.
A little crisp, a little on the snappier
A little
side.
bit, yeah, and like you said, I mean, a little jacket and a little sweatshirt, you'll be fine. The sun is shining, you get in the sun. And there's not a whole lot of wind out there either, so that's a really good feel if you're headed out this evening. We got to warm up on the way. Let's get out to the big board. We started off with some cloud cover, but then quickly, by about mid-morning, the sun came out, blue sky. It's looking good right now, feeling good too. Again, the winds are light. You get in the sunshine, temperatures in the 50s and 60s there, depending on where you are. Cleveland right now, you're at 55. Ashtabula at 56. Akron at 59. Mansfield, you're right at 59 as well. And this is about where we are as far as our high temperatures for the day. You're going to be pretty quiet in Akron this evening. Sunshine as long as we have it, and then clear skies once the sun sets around 6:30-ish or so. 48 by 8 p.m. and then 43 by 11. Then we're dipping into the 30s as we head into the overnight. Akron, you'll probably be about 38-ish around there. All right, 62 is the water temperature of Lake Erie. Winds are on the lighter side, 1 to 2 foot chop there. So if you're doing some fishing this evening, not a bad evening to do so. Again, you probably want to bundle up, but those of you who fish, you know what to do in this type of weather. It's not bad. When we start to get colder, you still know what to do in that type of weather too. You're crazy for being out there, but you know what to do. All right, we got some events going on. Again, I've been showing these all week. The boutique happening today in Woodmere. Sunshine, temperatures in the 50s, not a bad one. Halloween drive-through in Kirtland over the weekend, looking good. And then the Haunted Forest Marathon in Canal Fulton on Sunday, sunshine, temperatures in the 50s. And then this is what I was trying to show yesterday that wasn't working, but we get it today. Just as Jasmine's off, we get it up there and we get it right. Akron, you're doing some trick-or-treating over the weekend. Canton as well, sunshine, light jacket though in the evening time because it's gonna get chilly in the 40s. And then October 31st as we head into next Thursday for Cleveland and Parma, a few showers around, but temperatures warm in the 70s. And then Ashtabula on November 2nd, looking good and seasonable so far for your trick-or-treating. All right, so tonight, 38 degrees, mainly clear. Maybe in the cities, you might get about 40 or so, but in the outlying areas, you'll be in the 30s. So you average them in temperatures in the upper 30s. 63 tomorrow, cloudy skies, a few showers, again, mainly between noon and 4-ish. So by this time tomorrow, any light shower activity that's out there should be done, and we'll just remain cloudy and on the breezy side too. So a pretty typical day, seasonable day tomorrow. Then over the weekend, we're cool again, back into the mid-50s with plenty of sunshine. Overnight lows though in the upper 30s. And then by Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, sunny skies, back in the 60s and 70s through the middle part of next week. Even for your trick-or-treating and Halloween next Thursday, 72. Clouds around with a few showers. And one of our models, even having the shower activity not even come in until about 9, 10 o'clock tomorrow. Not tomorrow, but next Thursday evening. So we'll see about that one. There's still a whole week to fine-tune that. And then back into the 60s and sunshine by next Friday, November 1st. November 1st. Can you believe that?
It.
Yeah.
Already next week?
Yeah, hard to
Oh my
believe.
gosh.
Sunday, the gorgeous forecast for tailgating for when the Browns shocked the world and beat the Ravens.
Yes. There
It
we
could
go.
happen.
That's the spirit.
It could happen. Absolutely.
I thought you were going to double over laughing.
Yeah.
I mean, it could happen. James
Hey, it's when
Winston,
you
he's
least expect
fiery.
us. It's when
That's
you
right.
least expect
That's
us to show
true.
up, we show up,
That's
you know?
true. Absolutely.
Go Browns.
All right. Thank you.
Okay.
All right, some big news, breaking news out of Los Angeles, folks. Prosecutors have said they are now going to recommend the Menendez brothers be resentenced for those 1989 killings of their parents. This, according to the Associated Press, just coming in. Eric and Lyle Menendez were sentenced back in 1996 to life in prison without the possibility of parole. A court now has to approve this resentencing, so we will stay updated with you on this. But again, prosecutors recommending the resentencing of the Menendez brothers. Well, it is the final week of our regular high school football season. There's still time to vote for our Friday night touchdown game of the week, so you can go to fox8.com and choose from Avon at Avon Lake, Gilmore versus VASJ, Highland against Aurora, and Lorraine at Maple Heights. We'll announce the winning game tonight at 10 o'clock, and it will get extended coverage on our regular season finale. Can you believe finale of Friday night touchdown?
And this week's Chick-fil-A rivalry game is North Olmsted versus Westlake. The Eagles have won 4 out of their last 5 games, while the Demons are hoping to snap a 7-game skid and end the season with a big victory. It will be our pleasure to serve up some highlights. The Demons and the Eagles tomorrow night after college football here on Fox. Dogs may be more popular than cats, but our feline friends are still fan favorites.
Here at Fox 8, we love celebrating all the 4-foots, and today, Moss Man has taken us to an incredible location all about cats. So fill up the car. We're headed to the Feline Historical Museum in today's One Tank Trip.
Check this, CFA. That stands for Cat Fanciers Association and Cat Museum. We're headed to Alliance, Ohio. It is the perfect One Tank Trip.
Feline Historical Museum was started in 2011. We opened this location. Purpose being to introduce the people in the area and literally around the world to the history of the cat, but more so the history of the cat fancy. So when pedigreed cats were developed, when breeds were developed, when cat shows started, when trophies were given out, we collected all those trophies, as many as we could find, all the medals that were given out, things like that, so that we could basically collect a chronological history of the cat fancy. The main area of the museum is dedicated to the history of the cat. So what you're going to find are trophies, a lot of figurines, a lot of history of the different breeds. We have a wall of art, which we rotate on a regular basis. We have a library, I think something like 8,500 books last time I counted, all dedicated to cats. Different varieties of cats, and some of them are old. They go back as far as perhaps 1871, I believe, is our oldest book. We have a Frank Lloyd Wright cat house. Came from a house that he built in Cincinnati. And we have just basically a lot of advertising regarding cats. We have a lot of Louis Wain artwork. We have a room that's entirely dedicated to the Japanese Maneki Neko, a little waving cat. I think the Maneki Neko room is the favorite of all the rooms, although the Frank Lloyd Wright piece does attract people interested in architecture. I like the history. I like the old trophies, you know, give me an 1883 trophy from a Boston cat show and I'm in heaven. If you want to come and explore your love of cats, this is the place to do it.
And of course, the best part is, it's a one-tank trip. David Moss, Fox 8 News.
Football rivalries are strong in many homes this time of year, but what about baseball rivalries? Coming up next, a couple whose love for each other has grown, but their passion for the same team, that's a different story.
Yeah. Fox 8 and Caller Given would like to salute John Henry Lee as Cleveland's own today. He's only 6 years old, but he already has been through a lot. He was born with a rare heart condition and had his first surgery at just 5 days old. He was put on the transplant waiting list at age 5 and finally got his new heart in May. But thankfully, John Henry is doing great. He is an inspiration, and he is Cleveland's own. To nominate a person or a group, head to fox8.com and look under Seen on TV.
Download the Fox 8 app now and get breaking news, weather, and more all on your smartphone or tablet. Powered by Mr. Hero. Now introducing the new Waffle Doodle Sandwich. Try one today. Want some good food, a waffle doodle, where it's at.
Welcome back. Finally here at 4 o'clock, a house divided. Game 1 of the World Series tomorrow night between the Yankees and the Dodgers. Should have been us, but that's okay. For one California couple, the rivalry is strong off the diamond. Amy and Mike Horn have been married for 22 years. Their love blossomed when they met, but their passion for the same team, not so much. Amy is from the East Coast, and despite living in California for more than 2 decades, she still roots for her Yankees. Mike, of course, the Dodgers. And their home filled with baseball memorabilia from both teams on separate shelves that they even named their dog and one of their kids after both teams. So their rivalry will be on display, as you can imagine, during these games.
I want to hear "It is high, it is far, it is gone" from John Sterling.
And what do you want to hear from the Dodgers announcer? It goes back. Ohtani, it's one deep. Back to the wall. It's gone. Ohtani's done it again. Let's go, Dodgers.
Let's go, Yankees.
Oh, man, they'll be rooting for their teams at the game. But those tickets, oh, they didn't come cheap. They paid $4,000 for their tickets. You can watch Game 1 of the World Series tomorrow night at 8 o'clock right here on Fox 8.
Well, you know the Dodgers are going to win. The Dodgers are easily going to have. We wore out the Yankees. They used up all their good big hits on us. They're tired. The Dodgers are going to win it all. Don't you agree?
I mean, I don't even care at this point.
Exactly.
They need to make it so that other teams can have. It's a whole big issue with Major League Baseball. Because we should be there.
I agree.
I'm right, I'm done. That's going to do it for us here at 4 o'clock. Thank you for joining us this hour. Gabe and Tracy have a look at what's coming up in our 5 o'clock.
Natalie, thank you.
Looking for a sure sign of good health? Try standing on one leg.
But for how long? Coming up at 5, the test that you can do at home to see where you stand.
You already get free shipping and access to streaming TV, movies, and sports. Now, your Amazon Prime membership is getting you another deal, this time for your car.
Look out, Northeast Ohio. The mayor is in the house, or should I say on the house. Stick around as the mayor of the newsroom, Lou Maglio, joins us for today's Touchdown Truck Toss. Fox 8 News at 5 begins in 60 seconds.